Hi students, welcome to Vijeta IAS Academy Hindu Editorial and Article Analysis. In this video, we are discussing an editorial which is given related to Governor's Office. If we take the GS2 syllabus, issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure. This is the syllabus item. You can link this article. Here, this article is focusing on the Governor's Office because this Governor Office is in news for the past 1 week. This article is highlighting about West Bengal Assembly and Telangana Assembly. In West Bengal Assembly, West Bengal Governor read the first and last line when the government is about to present the budget. It is customary that Governor address the Assembly. But due to ruckus in the Assembly, Governor could not finish his speech. He has hardly read only single line. And in case of Telangana, there was no address at all. Here, the government is saying that the previous session was not prorogued and technically it is a continuation of previous session only. That is why there was no requirement of governor's address. Now, these two incidents are showing that there is the conflict between the elected government and the governor's office. In recent months or in recent days only, there are two more examples also. One is related to Maharashtra governor and Maharashtra assembly, where Maharashtra governor also could not deliver his speech fully. And in case of Kerala also, the office governor is in crisis. Now here, some of the legislators are also suggesting the central government to amend the constitution or give the states power to remove the governor if there is no proper functioning between governor and the state executive. So this is the kind of nature. Now the governor office is in controversy. The issue between governor and elected state government always is in controversy since independence. Now these are the two latest examples of the tug of war between governor office and the state executive. Here the issue is about West Bengal and Telangana. Here in case of Telangana, state government is saying that session which last met some months ago was not prorogued, has given scope for the government to contend that it is just a further meeting and not necessary for the governor to open it with an address. Unless it is a new session, it is not required for the governor to give an address. The ceremonial address is usually delivered in the first session of every year. Here Telangana government is also presenting its budget, but as the previous session was not prorogued and it is saying it is only continuation, there was no requirement of governor's address. But it is a constitutional formality. The governor's address is a constitutional formality and also significant one, as it essentially a statement of policy of the regime of the day. Before presenting every budget, it is customary for the governor to give a statement, and this statement will give about the success of the government of the day, about the past 1 year's the success so far whatever government has done with respect to various sectors, and also it gives a overall idea about what is the government's plan for the next coming 1 year. So it is customary and formality that every budget session starts with governor's address. This shows a sign of institutional decay and unwarranted politicization of constitutional norms. With these kind of examples and with this kind of behavior, this shows that institutional decay and unwarranted politicization of constitutional norms. And there are so many questions that are being raised about the governor's office. For example, some even questioning the need and the relevance of office of governor. And some are saying that the incumbents are politically partisan, they are not being neutral, and it is creating the crisis in the states. And there may be even a case for doing away with the formality. In this case, before budget, some are suggesting there is no requirement of this formality. And policy statement is better read out by the elected chief minister. as it is the state government's policy. So it is better to read by Chief Minister herself or himself. These are the various kind of questions that are being raised against the governor's office. However, the editorial is concluding by saying that as long as the present governor or as long as the present system is in practice, we have to follow these norms. We should not do away with these norms, because in our syllabus also we have like constitution versus constitutionalism. These are the examples of not following the constitutionalism. We have to follow the spirit of constitution. As long as the present system is in vogue, we have to follow the norms, whatever the norms and practices which are already practiced for the sake of democracy. So this is the crux of this particular article, and there is one provision in our constitution itself, article 176. According to this 176(1) article, at the commencement of the first session after each general election to the legislative assembly and at the commencement of the first session of each year, this is in this case budget session, the governor shall address the legislative assembly. Governor shall address the legislative assembly, or in the case of state having legislative council, both houses assembled together, and inform the legislature of the causes of its summa. So this is the constitutional provision where first session of each year means budget session addressed by the governor. Now if this will not happen, it will lead to constitutional crisis. Now it will create unnecessary troubles, like if there is constitutional crisis in a state, now it will lead to president's rule. Due to politicization of governor's office, state functioning or the administration of state is getting affected. That is why governor office should not behave in partisan manner, should be neutral, and also state government, state executive also should respect the office of governor. So this is the overall contents of this particular article. Thank you.